What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, coming to you from the garage once again. And in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through and showing you exactly how to do one of the cooler kettlebell complexes that I have. I always love doing this one, and anytime I give it to people, whether it's Project Bellplex or my classes, they always have a really good time with it. So I'm excited to show you guys this one. And your hint for today is that if you don't do this one, I just want you to know.
That's why no one will remember your name.
All right, let's jump into it. Now, in case my hint did not give it away, we are doing the Achilles complex. Now, yes, this is Sting, Frodo's sword, but it kind of looks like Achilles' sword in that one scene in the beginning of the movie, which is one of the most badass scenes ever. He just kind of gets that big, giant, super strong dude. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, this one is the Achilles complex, and this one is named the Achilles complex for a specific reason. This one is a nice blend of, like, yes, technique and power and strength, but we're also gonna challenge your balance and your mobility. It's a nice blend of, quite frankly, what Achilles is, which is a badass warrior that is also agile and technique heavy and so on and so forth. You get the idea. This one's got a little bit of everything. Let's check it out and see what it looks like. All right, so the Achilles complex is going to consist of 3 exercises, and we are going to be doing 3 reps of all of them. Now, the third exercise is where we are going to test your balance and mobility just a little bit. Now, if you just listen to the cues that I give you and slow down, there's a very good chance you will be able to do it. It tends to happen with most people when they just listen to a couple cues that I give them. Now, if you can't, then no problem. I'm still going to give you another exercise option for that third one. But let's start with this first one right here, which is going to be our single arm swing. So we have our feet just about hip to shoulder width apart. The kettlebell is out in front of us. We're going to push our butt back and down as we reach for the kettlebell. So I'm holding the kettlebell in my right hand. My left hand is going to be forward still, okay? So even in the single arm swing, even though I just got one arm swinging, our arms move together. So as I swing the kettlebell behind me, my other hand's gonna go with me. And as I extend up, holding the kettlebell, my non-swinging hand is also going to be moving with me. So keep that in mind. Little pledge of allegiance at the top. So our single arm swings are gonna look like this. Kettlebell's tilted back. Hike behind us like football. 1, 2, 3 kettlebell swings. Kettlebell single arm swings, I should say, all right? So remember, squeeze the butt, head up to the ceiling, kettlebell gets about chest height. 3 single arm kettlebell swings. Now, immediately after that third swing, you're gonna go right into 3 kettlebell snatches, all right? Now, the main thing that tends to happen with the snatches is we are constantly bashing our forearms and wrists. We want to avoid that. Now, I'm not gonna go into crazy detail because I think I have 14 videos out there now that teach you how to avoid that, all right? But let's just talk about a few steps. You've probably heard me say this before. We're gonna do our single arm swing. Then right when we go into those snatches, we're gonna go right here. You're gonna stick your thumb into your butt, not literally, and then you will extend up and go up overhead. Now, the reason we do that is most people, when they are doing snatches, the kettlebell flops over their wrist like that. We want the kettlebell to rotate around our wrist, okay? So that's something I want you to keep in mind. You stick your thumb in your butt, you come up, rotate that kettlebell, and we're right up overhead, right? The other thing I'm gonna tell you to do is don't pull as hard as you possibly can. There's a good chance that this weight is fairly comfortable for you to snatch, so you don't need to throw it to the ceiling. Think about your snatches as finesse. It's like an egg toss. We wanna be gentle. We don't wanna go and grab the egg like that, all right? So we just did our third single arm swing, thumb in the butt, snatches. Swing between the legs, thumb in the butt, snatch, 2 and 3. Now, another thing that you can do if you are still, no matter what, bashing your wrist in your snatches and you want to avoid it the best that you can, you'll do your 3 single arm swings, put the kettlebell back down on the ground, stand right over it so the kettlebell is in between your feet, and then you will do dead snatches from the ground up, okay? So if you are not swinging your snatches, it tends to be a little bit easier to get good technique to not bash your wrist. So keep that in mind. All right, so we've just finished our last snatch. Whether we're coming from the floor or swinging, we're now going to leave it here. This is where things might get a little tricky, but just stay with me. The arm that is overhead, same side leg, is going to step back into an overhead lunge. You're doing 3 overhead lunges. Now, the thing that tends to happen with people on this, if you don't have the mobility, you don't have the mobility. We will talk about that in a second. But there's a good chance that you do, and you're just going too fast. When you are doing something like this, the slower you go, the more balanced and the better you will be. So your front leg, press your big toe into the ground. As you step back, be nice and smooth with your lunges. If all of your lunges look like this, at this speed, you will probably have no problem doing this. But you've got to weight overhead, and in the cross-body balance is difficult. So if you go too fast and that weight overhead moves a little bit, or your leg moves a little bit, you are falling off balance. It's going to happen. So just take your time, slow down, and make every one of your lunges this speed, okay? If you do this, you will have no problem, most likely. Now, if you do have really bad balance and mobility, and no matter what you try or how slow you try and go, you cannot do that, no problem. You will finish your last snatch, you will bring this kettlebell back down into this front rack position, and you can do your lunges like this, all right? If these overhead lunges feel sketchy for you, or they're really bad or uncomfortable, you don't need to do them. Bring it down to the front rack, do front rack lunges, stay safe, live to fight another day, and you can do your complex like that. All right, so those are the exercises and reps for our Achilles complex. So again, it is 3 swings, right into 3 snatches, right into 3 overhead lunges, or the front rack lunges, okay? So let's take a look at what a full set looks like, all right? Single arm swings, we've got 1, 2, 3. We go right into 3 snatches, 1, 2, 3 overhead lunges. Take your time, right arm is overhead, right leg steps back, 1, 2, and 3. Then from here we are switching sides and we go right into our other side, okay? 1, 2, 3 swings, 3 snatches. Again, you can take these from the floor if you need to, up overhead, lock it in place. This might be tougher for you on this side, so take your time. 1, 2, and 3, down, rest, okay? Now, from here, this is going to be a complex that is very dependent on your skill level in terms of how taxing it is. If you're fairly new to this complex, you might be going a little bit lighter. That's fine. Might not be as tiring, might just be a little bit more in your brain power. You could probably rest 45 seconds to a minute, right? And you even might be able to add another exercise with it. So maybe you're lighter on here and you pair it up with some heavy kettlebell swings or rows or presses or something like that, right? I probably wouldn't do presses, but you guys get the idea. Now, if you are more skilled, you can go a little bit heavier on this, and it's going to be pretty taxing, so I would recommend probably doing it alone. But as always, do what you want. Make these complexes work for your workouts, what you want out of them, what you have time for, and how hard you want to work. So, Achilles complex, 3 swings, 3 snatches, 3 overhead lunges. Rest 45 seconds to a minute if you're going lighter. Rest a minute to a minute and a half if you're going a little bit heavier. Again, you decide. Now, in terms of weight recommendations, it's kind of all over the place. I would recommend starting with a light to medium weight bell. It's very dependent on your mobility and your skill level, okay? But that is our Achilles complex. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you enjoyed this one, then make sure that you go ahead and click right here for your next kettlebell complex, because you're gonna love that one too. I'll see you there.